Good morning, racers. We are live with the 1.35 update. Uh, I have been kind of poking around a little bit. They have the three cars we expected. You'll need about 5 million if you want to buy all the cars, and that's rounding up because why not? You're going to end up modding these things anyway. But I tried to mess with the music rally. I figured I'd get that handled before coming on because of copyright issues with music in general, but I couldn't get it to work. It said something along the lines of not available during broadcast mode.
Sorry about that. Obviously, we're in broadcast mode now, but when I was playing just normal logging in, not trying to actually broadcast, it was saying that the game's in broadcast mode. I was able to play some of the older levels, so I think this is just an error. But yeah, it's not letting me into the new levels. There's 6 of them, and they're kind of just they're okay. I mean, I don't know anyone that actually plays for Music Rally, but they are not working right now for me, and I don't quite understand why. I tried it with the VR on, I tried it with the VR off, I tried it with the TV on, with the TV off, would not work. I don't think it's the rig, because that's just a controller. I had 2 controllers on at one point, and whatever I did didn't work. But anyway, we can go ahead and check out the cars real quick. There are five new engine swaps available. So one of the things that I like is they're actually listing them in the update menu now, so you can actually see what's coming. 2 of them, actually, 4 of them are Nissans, which go figure. But there are 2 that are the Fairlady Z's and 2 that are R32s. So let's just check real quick to see if we own any of these already. I own them, but I don't know if I own duplicates. So we're gonna go sort by manufacturer. The last one is this A110. So we got a second one. See, that's what I was looking for. I don't want to end up buying multiples of these if we don't need to. It doesn't show which car or which motor goes into them, so we'll take a quick look into Brand Central with these. Where Nissan? That's all the way down here. Okay, so we'll need it's the 07, so we need another one of these. Got plenty of the 370s. And then the R32, both variants it offered. Oh wait, do we have the new Fairlady? Okay, so we have 2 of these. So we'll mod this one. We need to buy another 350Z. Where is our... Okay, R33. So many Nissans in this game. Okay, so here's one. We need another one of these. And the new Nismo car got an engine swap too. I'm 99% sure I bought 2 of those. Okay, here's one. And there's the other. So we'll mess around with these swaps real quick. Let's see what we have here. And while we're doing that, we'll kind of discuss some of the other things. One of the things they added was when you're in sport mode, doing especially the Gran Turismo World Series races, there are certain required tires, and I guess they're going to show you which ones you've used and which ones you need. So this doesn't tell me which motor it is, does it? Okay, here we are. I don't know what that is. TCE MP5. I couldn't tell you what car that is. Oh, okay, it's down here. So it's coming out of the R, I think, what is that, the R35? Okay, we're getting a GTR motor thrown in this thing. So it looks like most of these swaps are that same engine. Maybe I have a couple of these. Let's double check that too. We just spent 200 grand. We may not have needed to. I'm pretty sure I was out of that motor, so we'll take a look at one of these Nissans next. I do like that you can purchase these. It makes it much easier. Okay. Come on. Still looking for N. And I'll need to buy another one of these, the original R32s, because I don't have a duplicate. That's my OG car right there, so I'm not gonna mess with that one. We'll do a. I'm gonna end up having to retest all these cars, or at least on some level. That's the one I need to buy. I haven't even touched that one. Okay, this looks like unmodded. Let's see if we have. Oh, I don't need that. Let's see if we have this engine already. Yeah, we do. All right. So we had one of these on our inventory, and they said one of the other things they're going to do is, I guess here, when we put this engine in, it's going to start up and you'll hear it. So. Or not. Did that get installed? Yeah, it made no engine sound. Okay, so we threw that one in there. It looks like this might be the same engine that's going in all these cars. Okay, where's our Nismo R32? We'll throw an engine in that one. Okay, so that's the unmodded one. And I wanted to keep one of these closer to stock. I heard this car's pretty good for running the Tokyo 600, so we'll just need to buy another one when they become available again. And so one of the updates is you'll hear the engine when you throw this thing in there. And there it is. Okay. We're also going to be in sport mode. We're also going to be getting a some kind of payout for whatever position you end up in at the end. I'm trying to think here. Okay, so and we'll take a quick look at the used car or the new cars we got. So one of them is this Lancer Evo 3. The other one of them is also this Impreza. I'm not going to buy the Impreza in used cars. I try to buy new whenever possible, just because it's it's usually a minimal change, and I'm saving 60,000 miles in this case. Anything above 2,000, you can find, if it's in used, you can find it in new as well. So here we're at 100 grand. This car's older, so we need to buy it used. Let's take a quick look at it. Good looking car. Oh, nice, Recaros. And then we needed, in Brand Central, we needed the 350Z. So we'll pick that up real quick, swap it over. I like that it's showing you which color you own also, so that's kind of neat. I don't know if that was, I don't know when they, I know it was there yesterday, but I don't know when they added that. I hadn't noticed it until yesterday, and I do like it. This has been in the game from the beginning, but we're going to throw in the engine. I want to take a quick look at which engine this thing is getting to. I want to say it's the, oh, this is not the same engine. RB26. So this is the first time I've seen an RB26 in this, as one of the swaps. This is one I've been looking for, actually. But yeah, this is the GTR motor. This is not the race motor that we've been doing with the other cars. What is the other? So this is a new engine to the engine swaps. Did we put that in the? No, the other one got the race motor. So this is, from what I can tell, this is the only thing that allows you to do the RB26. Not to be confused with the R26B, which is the Mazda motor. All right, now we're going to head over to Asia. And you'll see here we do have the same Subaru in Brand Central as well. Now I actually had an 06, which had a facelift. This car had 3. I actually want the white. I always wanted the white. How much is this? I'm gonna pick up 2 of them. The first one I really remember seeing is a white one with the gold wheels, and I loved that car. Ah, this brings me back. It does feel smaller than I remember, so it's I've always wondered the scale on these, and it feels a little small, but you don't even notice it when you're driving, so it's fine. So I'm gonna buy a white one just because that was one that I always wanted, and then I'm gonna buy the blue because that's the one that everyone gets, and that's the one that I had. We'll stay out of that one. We did end up with, I believe, 4 new races as well. Now, part of the reason I'm getting in these is then I can just sort by last used and hop in the car a whole lot easier. And now, this is the one that everyone's looking for. This is the Aston Martin. This car is gorgeous. It does have 4 colors. I'm going to put on the green because that's, a traditional British color. And I like the way the blue is on the wheels. The orange does not do that. Let's take a quick look at it first. And this car just looks tiny. Oh man. It feels cozy. You better be friends with whoever's in the passenger seat. You're gonna be rubbing each other. Pretty aggressive. I don't know what that display is. That's pretty cool. So you got a lot of display on the wheel itself, and then you got something over. Oh, that's climate control, navigation. Man, this thing is. I mean, you get an idea because it's so tapered in for aerodynamics, but I honestly didn't know if this was a 2-seater. It is cozy, and this is at $4 million. So this is the big purchase of the update. But, I mean, well worth it. So this car, they added a new hypercar parade for this car. There's a they added a rally course, and they added cafe menus as well, obviously. So one of the things they mentioned is the cafe menus will kind of mention to you which cars are, or not what they're missing, but so it says acquired. So I've gotten them, or like I've picked up all these cars at this point. But I guess it'll tell you if they're available. So where it says like for the Evo, for example, I should have done this first, but for that Evo 3, it says acquired. It would have said available because it's sitting in Brand Central right now. Whereas the 23 here, I don't think a lot of those cars are available right now in Brand Central. So if I didn't already own them, it would kind of point that out, like you're missing these cars. Doesn't look like we got any new menu books. It's only the extras. And I think the Subaru menu becomes available at level 26 and the collector level, and the Mitsubishi is at collector level 30. So if you don't see it and you're below those collector levels, that's why. We do have some new commentary as well, but I don't want to put you guys through that. So let's mod this thing first. Usually these high-end cars don't have a whole lot of modification available. I mean, you're going to have tire purchases. Oh, Sport Soft, good lord. This thing's going to shoot right up when you throw on. I guess that makes sense, it's a road car. So put the medium turbo, that's what I like doing. Increase the rigidity somehow. It's a full monocoque carbon fiber, I imagine. And this should stay the same. Yeah, so I usually use the slotted, and there's no difference between these two other than cosmetic. I don't like the cross drilled just because I know they have a tendency to crack, or they did, and obviously that's not going to happen. It's just in my head. I know that is a thing, so I just don't mess with it. No extreme option or ultimate options. And I'm going to end up putting. Let's end with the hard tires, or medium. Let's go. Let's do medium. Alright, and we'll quickly hunt down the race that this thing lives with. We're back below 20 million. I'm going to try to keep the... oh shoot, I thought they flagged these things. So yeah, see here's Fisherman's Ranch. That's got the Japanese no limit 600. That's going to be a rally race, obviously. So one of them is in America, or the Americas. For my South American, Central American friends. Europe. Yeah, they should flag these. I thought that was part of the deal. Okay, here is Japanese again. So that's the Red Bull ring. That's another 600, and no PP limit. So we'll try to use one of those with the Mitsubishi and one with the Subaru. Hypercar Parade. Okay, so we're looking at France. I'm going to back out real quick and just make sure that there's not a... I thought there were 4, but there might only be 3. Fisherman's... Yeah, there's 4. So World Touring Car 800. I think auto... What is that? Is that in Asia, I believe? Let's double check. It's a 800, so this car is going to be way too powerful. One of the other things they added, yeah, here we are, Touring Car 800. One of the other things they added before we jump into that race, I'll show you real quick, is a new livery. I was a little confused because I saw on that teaser that they released that the they had the Lexus, and what that is they were displaying the new livery for, I think it's this car. I don't know what they used to look like, but this one of these is new. I think that's the car. I don't think it's this one. No. Yeah, I feel like this is the new livery, but I couldn't tell you. But they did release a new livery for it, so. They also, I guess there's a Fanatec logo they released, and there's supposed to be something in Brand Central for Fanatec as well. Let's try to quickly look at that. Where did they put that? I'm guessing Asia? A lot of that random stuff ends up in these. We may not find it. Sony AI, maybe it's in Europe? Yep, here we are. Is this German? I didn't even know. So Fanatec, with their collaboration, I guess they have their own little menu out here now. And in the livery editor, there's a logo for Fanatec available as well. Which, I mean, I've got that on a lot of my cars. It's just a lot of people have already uploaded it, and you could have found them a long time ago, but now there's official logos available. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and try this car out on Hypercar Parade. 3 limits, no lap, or no. 3 laps, no limits. Let's see what our settings look like. And we might as well go soft if there's no limit. And 3 laps. I don't even know if this has tire wear. Mechanical off. This car's going to be quick, so it might be challenging in that, but I don't think the race itself is going to be too difficult. And they did change the overtake or boost option as well. I want to say that light above my head is the start button. I do like the windscreen wiper right in the middle there. I guess part of that was for aerodynamics. I mean, this car is ridiculously fast, so you can't just have it laying horizontal across the windshield and do ridiculous speeds. I want to say this car has active aero too, but it's hard to tell from the cockpit view. Oh, okay, those little monitors, those are mirrors. I didn't know what those were when we were taking a look at it. Oh boy, I was looking for the camera. I think I actually see it out there. Now those are 3 monitors. This car doesn't have actual mirrors. I've driven one car with that in real life, and in the game you don't notice it. No big deal. But because the whole thing is a monitor, I'm not looking at cars. I'm looking at a screen in my headset. So it's all the same. And I was excited to drive a car with that. I think it's the C8 convertible has it. It's one or the other. I don't think the coupe has it. I think it's the convertible. But I was excited to try it out, and when I flipped it on to the monitor mode, it was a little nauseating, actually. Just having like a screen there in front of you. I'm sure you'd get used to it, but at first I did not like it. This car does have overtake, so it's... Oh yeah, this thing is not challenged right now. The concept with this car is, I mean, there's a lot of manufacturers doing this type of thing where they're trying to create a street legal F1 car. So grip in it is ridiculous. You can see even my AI elbow is right. I'm gonna be... You better be skinny and friendly, because you're going to be bumping against each other pretty hard. I'm pretty sure these are all sold out anyway. Okay. And I just damaged it. Poor girl. It is having a tendency to push, but I think I'm actually going into the corners pretty hot too, so. This car's breaking 200 without a sweat. Yeah, it's not really wanting to get sideways on acceleration, so it does seem like the car has more of a tendency to push than to oversteer. Now in terms of the list, I've kind of reeled in. Oh man, I'm killing that rev limiter. But I've been reluctant to review some of the race cars and things like that, just because I want to make sure I'm doing them justice. The Bugatti Chiron, I have not reviewed because the car's, to me, it's difficult to drive. It's a little heavy, and it's very fast. This thing is so light that it's extremely agile, and it's not really doing anything that I don't expect. So, I mean, I'm not going to be upset with it pushing in the corners when we're crushing the speed. That's on me. But this definitely is a contender for number one on the list. I'll be surprised if it doesn't hit number one. Oh, yeah, that's definitely on me. I hit the same corner before. I get out of that corner and I want to just keep it floored, even though it's telling me I need to slow down more. But yeah, this race is not even a little bit challenging. I mean, we were well ahead of first place in the first lap. And I've actually forgotten about the overtake button. I wonder if this is just free to use, because it's not giving me a gauge. I like how the gear selector is designed there as well, where it's like it's almost analog looking, even though it's very digital. Let's see if I can not crash the car this time. Maybe that already came and went. All right. So yeah, great car, great. Oh, that's weird. Maybe those are buttons for the turn signals. I thought those were lights. We should be back over 20 million by the end of this. Actually, we're about to dump plenty of money. I didn't even notice our twin out there. Hey, maybe this doesn't have active aero. Oh, it does in the front. It does in the front. I don't know if you can see that. I was watching a review on this car, like the actual car. I think it was Top Gear, and they were talking about how they were designing the wing, and it's, it's the designers were like F1 type designers, so they were designing the rear spoiler, and they were like, yeah, you should get 30,000 miles out of that spoiler, and then you'll just have to get it replaced. And it was like part of the monocoque, and they're like, you can't just do that to people. It's not on that level of a race car where you're actually going to race it and know that the whole thing's going to be trashed repeatedly. It's got to actually withstand a normal lifestyle of usage, or lifetime of usage. Not that, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of those cars will never hit the road anyway. But All right, we have, let's go with the Evo first, I guess, right? Let's take the Evo and take it on the off-road course. It's another no-limit situation, so we will build this car up. We're going to need dirt tires. Now, especially for what we're doing here, we're going to want the, possibly even that low end in turbocharger, but we'll keep the mid-range. Go big block. We'll hold off on the tires. I think that, oh, we got high left cams. I think that's doing it right there. All right. And this was in the North America. Oh, we got wide body kit and wheels too. Let's go back. Double check for, oh, I want to add nitrous to this thing too, because it's a rally car, so these rally cars tend to allow nitrous kits, and a lot of times they're pretty well necessary. I can't remember who Mitsubishi was using for wheels. I want to say it was OZ, so we'll look at their lineup. These were usually sponsored by Marlboro, which that'll work. I think that's pretty fitting. That's much more road style, but lose that body line. Not body line, the, what do you call it? Body side molding. Yeah, rally versus road, but we're going to build it as a road car anyway. Wingless lip. I like that. And that's just too, I don't know. I don't like that they're not custom, so I don't really like that style. We want to go back and add the NOS, and then we'll take this thing on the rally track. Now I've put my on the wheel for, like, I'm using the Fanatec wheel, and I've put that button up here on, I think it's L2, and I find it much more convenient because for one, I mean, I'm setting this up American style, my rig, where I have the shifter over here. So you may want to switch it to R2 if you're on, right-hand drive style. But that way my hand is still free and I'm able to hit that button. I had it on one of these D-pads and it just wasn't convenient at all. And I forget where they normally put it, but it's over in the regular buttons, and that's definitely not something you can really use. It's 30 grand, so maybe this won't crush me. And I'm going to buy the rest of the tires here. The reason I waited was in here I don't have to worry about switching the tires on and off. We should really be lifting this car, but we'll just wing it and see what it does. I definitely don't feel like I need to extend the transmission out because these are going to be really short courses. So this is a rallycross style where you have multiple cars. A lot of these are set up with a 1v1. We have more power than we need. So nitrous was probably not necessary. I have the handbrake as well, which I don't. I mean, I've barely used it. I use it more thinking about it than needing to. I think the normal handbrake in the game is on the circle button, and that's actually pretty convenient for the wheel. I may be switching to paddles here in a second. I'm trying to keep the realism as much as I can. Oh God. Oh. Need to add my. Yeah, I'm going to paddles. This is one lap, so I've pretty well ruined my chances here, I think. Yeah, this car needs to be set up way different. You want a much more soft and forgiving suspension. Going airborne's fun, but it's not fast. Let's make some quick adjustments and try that one more time. And if we don't get it, we don't get it for now. Clean race bonus. That's very forgiving. Does it send us straight in? Okay, cool. So let's actually lift the car. Let's just go to the 185, that halfway point. This may not even be soft enough. I don't think there was anything else that was really noticeable. Let's give that a whirl and see what it does. I don't know if I'll do better, but it feels way better right away. The wheel was grinding the whole way before, and now it feels like I got a little bit of ground clearance. Got that Tommy Mäkinen car out here. Those things they have gone crazy in value. That was only the Evo 6, I believe. Yeah, this thing is a completely different animal. And you see the amount of time I put in setting it up. I mean, this wasn't like a, you know, these things are like hand grenades in terms of setup. You're not trying to pinpoint anything. You're just getting it within reason. But it's much more predictable with that little bit of softness and much more manageable. Oh, that was beautiful. What I'm doing on those big crests is I'm hitting the brakes on the way up. It's something you kind of do on Laguna Seca as well, on that hairpin. But you're basically bringing that momentum out of the car so that you don't go up. You want to go forward and then get back on the ground as quickly as possible. We may end up with a podium, but not. Come on, let's get first. I don't know. I know we're coming close to the end of this lap. Yeah, we're not going to make it. But podium finish, we'll take that for now. I'm excited to hop into the STI, so... Alright. VR makes those rally races way easier, by the way. I just gave up on them completely before I got the headset, and it wasn't until I picked this up that I was able to actually start running through some of those. Alright, let's get the mods done to this thing. This again, I'm going to try not to ruin the overall look of the car. I don't even want to switch out those wheels. We need to go big. Go with this slightly more modern. Oh, it's got the WRX wing. Oh, I don't like that at all. We're just going to leave this alone, I think. Yeah, you could make this into a WRX if you want, I guess. Let's change out the... Oh, let's put a cage in it, just for stiffness. I don't usually even remember to do that. This is another no-limit race. So if you are using the clutch in the game, that racing clutch will make things a lot more difficult for you. It makes the cars way... The clutch bites a lot harder, so when you try to release it, if you're down... I noticed it with downshifting more than anything, but when you're downshifting, it will throw the back end of the car out or whichever, like it'll break the tires loose on whatever the drivetrain tires are. So, I mean, I tend to drive rear-wheel drive, so for me it was back end, but if you're driving front-wheel drive, you're going to break the front end loose, or all-wheel drive, same thing. It's going to just... It's not forgiving. You got to really focus on rev matching at that point. All right, I think we're pretty good there. I'm not going to really modify this suspension either. Now, where was this? I think it was Red Bull, correct? Yeah. So it's a 600, but we're in a 700 car, so this should be a walk in the park, really. I'm not even going to change the transmission. We'll probably hit the rev limiter. So like I said, I actually had one of these. This is making me miss that car. Mine was the 06, so it had the smaller hood scoop on it. And if you see, there's a shift light on this thing on the dash. We'll get back into the revs. It's right in the middle of the rev counter. There it goes. So on the actual, street car, that was an adjustable red light or shift light, so you could pick where you wanted that to go. It was pretty cool, and you could turn it off, but the people that are buying this car aren't turning that off, I would imagine. Little brake, it helps it rotate. My car obviously had a radio. This is a delete. And I had my boost controller in there. That's the center diff controls. A lot of people think you can shift the torque from the front to the rear and vice versa. It doesn't work that way. It's a limited slip differential on the center diff is what you're dealing with. So what you're doing is you're either opening the diff or tightening it. So the percentage of power that's based on the gearing of the car. It's not based on a little dial here. You're not changing percentages of power going from front to rear. That's it's a physically geared car. But what you would do is, if you open that up, it would allow you to do, you could do a burnout, and then the diff is open, so it's letting whatever tire has the most or the least resistance spin, so you can spin the tire. If you lock it, it would lock the drivetrain, and in that situation, it's making sure that the front and rear get equal distribution of power based on the drivetrain's gearing, and it wouldn't allow any slip. Oh, there's some slip right there. It wouldn't allow any slip. But what that would do is it would make it difficult to turn. Like when you would come around these corners, you would feel the car kind of bind up. And that's because it needs to be a little bit more open. And then there was a scale in between. Like you could lock it up a little bit, but not 100%, that type of thing. But I mean, other than like, you know, drag racing or dirt purposes, you pretty much want that to be at least somewhat open. And that, like, if you don't understand differentials at all, it's, you know, it's because each of the four wheels, they're not traveling the same distance around a turn. Like, you got that inside tire there that's going well, that one's going more distance than it's supposed to. But the inside tire is traveling less distance than, like, say, the outside front tire. Let's take that traction control back down. Now in the game you can actually change the percentage, but it's a game. And we just spent over $200,000 on modifying this car too. But this is not how this center diff works. But anyway, I think that's where I'll kind of wrap this up. There is one more track available that's not using any of the new cars. Yeah, this brings me back, man. This makes me want my Subaru back. But I appreciate you guys watching, and please like and subscribe if you made it this far. And we'll catch you on the next one.